Hello Taurus, and welcome to your weekly Astroflower going from the 10th through to the 16th of July. Welcome to the Astroflower, and I hope you have a lovely reading. We're on the cusp of something, and this may be a week where the wave is really taking shape, taking form in front of us. And it's a game of patience, I think, for this week here. Yeah, playing smart. I think with this patience that come in this week, and I think the wave will be cresting this week, but it'd be later on in the week, coming through to Saturday, Sunday, and then it's really breaking in the following week. That's the overall energy that I've been getting from a lot of things. And with this Seven of Swords, it's a case of playing smart. It's preparing yourself. It's getting yourself in the flow and etc. Not sort of getting caught up in conflicts that doesn't really serve you anything. Not getting caught up in pipe dreams that it's not going to take you anywhere. It's being almost discerning about everything that's going on at the moment. With your relationship side, you get the Tower. This could tie into that playing smart. Tower could obviously mean for some of you sort of like a breakup on a relationship and stuff like that needs to happen in order for you to advance. But because it's on your karmic path, it's almost something that you are bringing about, I think, here, Taurus. You're bringing about a change, and I think that goes with that cresting wave. What I'm calling apply in July, you're starting to apply it and realizing it's almost sort of like coercing the outside world to get into that logical revolution that I've been talking about for months now. And I've been seeing in the collective readings, which I will be doing a collective reading on Monday and Tuesday about this wave coming through. And I think this Tower moment here, it just clears out a few things in regards to relationships. So it makes things really clear for you. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a case where there seems to be a scenario where you've chosen to let go of something in the past. In the card where the universe is trying to influence this karmic path, I think this is where, yeah, you're getting your just desserts. This is what I said. I think you've brought this about. I think you're bringing about this change in regards to the relationships that are around you. It could well be something very happy. It could well be marriage or something like that, which is a bit of a Tower moment. But whatever it is, it's giving you, the universe is bringing harmony back into your life through this Tower moment. And bringing you back to your righteous path in a way. I think that's how the universe is trying to influence you. Yeah, there's something this is your past, or this is how the guides are influencing your super subconscious. And it's almost like the guides that are not sitting on your shoulders, that's separated, that they're sort of sitting apart so they can see what's going on in the overall sort of view of life around you. And this Ten of Swords sort of says it's dead, done and dusted with. There's something that's come to an end, I think, in the past. I think may well be a realization in regards to certain relationships that are around you. And you can't necessarily go in there and just sort of kind of go, right, that's it, I'm leaving, blah, 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 I'm off. I'm not talking to you ever again. I don't think it's a case of that, because you've got to play smart here. And, it doesn't necessarily mean that the other person is a nasty person, or that you're a nasty person or anything like that. It just means that there's a situation that's come to an end. And it might have brought with it a lot of emotional stuff that to the surface in your life as it comes to an end. But it has come to an end, and that's because it's in the past. And I think that's what ties into that Tower moment really more than anything else. It's been a long time since you've had a good clear out on your relationships that are around you, and I think it's going to be pretty evident for you. Talking about pretty evident for you, this is your future self or your guides that are trying to egg you on. These are the guys that are sitting on your shoulders as well, sort of encouraging the conversation that is within you. And with the Seven of Cups, the 7 is a number of revelation for me, so it's revealing stuff to you. It's making you realize certain stuff within your life. And I think this is what is bringing you on. And it comes in with this wave of change, or wave of applying oneself in the new paradigm. And here is the evident path. I think it's pretty clear to you, I think, during this week here, as much as things may be changing quite drastically around you, I think at the same time, you are in a position where you realize that this has to change in order to move forward in regards to these relationships. And these relationships could be family, friends, community. It can be, you know, your partner as well and stuff like that. I don't actually see a thing with your partner. It's much more of a global sort of thing. Much more of a sort of, you know, group of friends or part of your family structure. But what it is your guys here is showing you the evident path of where you should be going, what you should be doing. And I think just following that path may create this tower moment, because some people may not understand it. And it's, what I'm getting off this now is it's sort of like a case, in order to find your harmony and your justice, you've got to follow your path. And, you know, that means, you know, Taurus, you're in a position where you can, you're being who you are. And because you may be evolving, and that's what it seems like this, and this is a major evolving for you, and a realization, because you've now got 2 sevens on your card here. And I think this is what this wave that is coming through at the end of the week, through the 16th, 17th period, where, you know, in the beginning of next week, of this realization that this is the path I have to follow. And it may upset the apple cart in certain relationships. So what it's bringing forward for you is, as you start on this path, it's going forward, but with a real sense of observing, a real sense of finding out the comings and goings of this new paradigm, comings and goings of how you position yourself now with the world that is around you. That's what comes out of it on the relationship side for you. Let's just see what's going on the financial side. I think you'll be concentrating more on that side, so on your job, on your business and your projects basically. Let's just see what the karmic message is there. Healthy boundaries. I think you've got to a certain success in your life where you do not want to go backwards. And these are these healthy boundaries that you're setting yourself. They're almost like, it's almost like goals and limits in a way, that you've reached a certain limit, or you've reached a certain achievement, and now you don't want to go, you want to keep going forward. So you've set these healthy boundaries up, saying, I don't want to go back to that, I've got to go forward. And then therefore you can take that one wand and head off in the direction that suits you. And it's playing smart within your business. It's realizing that, okay, let's say you're earning, say like $100, and you realize you have to take someone on to do a certain aspect of your business, and it's going to cost you $50 to employ that person, or £50 to employ that person. You know, in theory, you've now gone from 100 to 50, but you need to do that in order to free yourself up in order to do things. And I think these are what these healthy boundaries are. You know, speculate to accumulate in a way. That's the sort of scenario that I'm getting out of it. Yeah, you have a whole new cycle coming up, and I think this is what this wave is all about, coming up at the end of the week. I do think it's to do with the environment, but it's also to do with the financial institutions, the way money works, and etc. I think we're going to understand a lot in this coming week, but we'll see that in the collective reading. And for you, the universe here is sort of saying, get ready for this new cycle. Get ready for this new way of doing things. And I think that's what the healthy boundaries are all about. It'll help you to be very clear with yourself and very clear with the outside world. In your past self, yes, you've learnt a lot. As I said, you've come to a point where you've got certain achievements within your life. And that's what that lantern is. It's like the star card that the hermit has through his journeys and going through sometimes a bit of a dark night of the soul as well, and understanding his shadow self. Once you understand, you've understood that. You've understood the darker sides of running a business or going on a career path or doing projects. Because you've understood that, you've achieved certain goals. You're up to a certain level, and now it's time to go on to the next level. And I think this is what is breeding up within you. And playing smart, I think, is going to help you to project forward a lot. Yeah, you're heading towards victory. There is no doubt about it. It is a strange week this week. And your guides in front of you are doing this speculate to accumulate sort of scenario, which is going to bring you into a space where you are really standing up in your success, taking on your righteous path, knowing who you are and what you should be doing. I think you know that already, but it's like it's coming into action. And playing smart of how you deal with this is really important. You know, too much growth in a business without control can ruin a business. It's the same thing with a career path. You know, if you're really doing well in your career path, there's going to be people around you that may not like you doing so well. So this is what's playing that smart as well, is tempering your success in order to give you a solid foundation to move on to the future. Yeah, I think you're freeing yourself up. As I say, I think you've moved up to a certain level, and now you've got to that certain level that has been certain restrictions that have brought you to that level. So you've had to apply yourself in many different ways, and all of a sudden there's something coming up on the surface that is allowing you to be freed up from all those restrictions in the past. And it's quite emotional, yeah. I think you've, in order to get to where you are, it's been an emotional journey. And this is what you're going to be freed from, the stress and strains, I think, of the past or the recent past of how you've done your career path and your business. And you're really starting to open up now to the idea of moving on to the next level. But there is a lot of patience. Those two cards at the end, which are the Three of Wands and the Eight of Swords, they're not moving a great deal. And I think it's like, as the landscape changes around us within the coming weekend, this is going to need everybody, every sign, to observe what is going on with this wave as it comes through. Thank you very much for being here, Taurus. Let's just do a bit of clarification on the Light Seers cards. Yeah, playing smart. I think it's listening to your inner being more than anything else. This is where the overall energy is trying to bring forth information, communication, the arrival of different projects or real sort of dreams in a way that you so desire. And this playing smart will allow you to capitalize on the changing environment that is around you in this by the end of the week. And it's setting it up in the beginning of the week of realizing the past, of letting go of certain things in order to give yourself space to progress forward. With the Tower, you get the King of Wands. Yeah, I think this is where, as I said, I think you've set this up. You've set this up in a way that it's putting you in the driver's seat of your relationships. You're making decisions that maybe you're not going to be able to please everyone, Taurus. You know that. But what the principal thing is to start by is pleasing yourself, being on your karmic path. And it doesn't necessarily mean pleasing yourself on the detriment of others. If other people, feel hard done by, yes, talk to them. Find out what's going on maybe. But don't get lost in their story. Because their emotional reaction to the situation is not your responsibility. You have your part to play like everybody else. But you have the biggest part to play within your relationship. And I think this is where you have taken a stance, you have taken a position in your life, which, as I say, is moving forward. And as you move forward, it may be creating a bit of a tower moment, but I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that's clearing out a lot of dead wood for you. Let's just see what's going on with the Justice card. You get Temperance. Yeah, we do have patience, in this situation here. As you're moving from one point to another, and moving on to the harmony, I think the universe here is sort of saying, yes, you're moving in the right direction, and yes, you're bringing harmony to your life, and there's also the idea of you're bringing karmic justice to your life. But you've got to be patient about it. The universe is sort of saying it has to come in with the timing of that wave. So you'll probably see this in the following week, and how that applies to you in next week's reading. But it's definitely coming in here. So what's this thing that's dead, done and dusted with? What's that's been giving you a bit of bit of pain maybe to actually go on. You get the Empress card, yeah, creating something new. I think it's because you've got control over your emotions in regards to the relationships that are around you. And as I say, you can't be responsible for other people's reactions to who you are. You're not going to be able to please everybody. Following your path, though, is really important. This is something new that's coming out from within you, that's building up through you. And as it comes up and it becomes a new way of living or a new way of being within your relationships is being created, there is some things that will have to be ended in order to make space for this new way of being, or this new Taurus that is coming to the fore. So I wouldn't be too worried about, saying sayonara, goodbye to certain situations and relationships within your life, as long as you're heading down your path, which is in accordance with you. With the Seven of Cups, you get the Five of Swords. Yeah, this is it. I think as you go forward on your pathway, do not get lost in the emotional drama of other people, which may cause conflicts and etc. So once you start following your path, you might have someone saying to you, why are you doing this? Why are you going down this path here? It's because I have to. That's who I am. That's where I am. That's who I want to be. And, they may not understand, and they're never going to understand. So you can argue as much as you like, they're never going to get it. And it's like, you've got to, I think here is where you can decide to sort of say, oh, well, it's like that. And walk on and follow your evident path. Stay away from conflicts that are just they're not bringing you anything. And I think this has to do with something to do with the past, with something that is dead, done and dusted with. That it's over. You're moving on to something new. What's this patience like within your... And I think this is where the universe is really starting to come to the fore. I think this is where the Justice comes out, and with the Temperance card as well. from this patience, you can now see what is going on around you. And you get the Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think this is an inner victory. I think you realize now that the day starts dawning on the new cycle for you, and you can see clearly. And it's going to make you feel that you're really advancing, that you're heading forward within your relationships, that you're no longer caught up in situations that could be very emotionally political within your life. And it's like sort of, I don't have the time for that anymore. I want to live life. And as you go forward, it's going to make you feel like you're really winning in life. And that's when you can start playing in this changing environment that is around us going forward. And you are going to be, you know, if you do it like this, you're going to set yourself up beautifully to allow things that no longer have purpose within your life, within regards to your relationship, just allow them to sort of drift away, as it were. With the Nine of Wands, you get the Three of Cups. So yeah, I think this is the natural boundaries that you set up will mean that you're going to have to connect with other people. This is what I'm talking about, sort of like speculate to accumulate. I think you're going to have to do a bit of networking, but you're also going to have to be in a situation where you are, you know, you might have to employ someone, or you might have to take someone on in your team, in your job, and etc., in order to do the job correctly. And this means sort of like, you know, having those healthy boundaries to sort of say, I don't want to go back to that. And in order to go forward, I need to, you know, let go of certain things and trust in my path, and connect with other people that are around me, so I can then take myself to a whole new level within your business. And it is networking around you which is going to help you. And those healthy boundaries is not necessarily seizing, this is what I'm getting, not necessarily seizing every single opportunity that comes your way. It could be, I think it's more of a case of playing smart, listening to your inner messages. And when you do that, you'll realize which connections within your career path, your business and your projects are really going to be productive and creative for you. With the world, you get the Three of Wands. This is what I was talking about here with that, how the universe is influencing, and that influence is coming to the surface by the end of the week. I think in this new cycle here that's coming up, it's observing how things work in the new paradigm. Once you observe how it works, you and the comings and goings of this world that's coming through you, and coming through everything and everybody, I think you're going to, this is where you're going to provoke that success and movement and free yourself up. So with this new sort of, as the influence from the universe, this wave that's coming through, understand that you've got to do the observing of what is going on around you, how people are reacting to the situation, how business is reacting to the situation, what new opportunities are arriving within your job or within the company that you're working for, how to develop your career path, basically. With the Hermit, you get the Knight of Wands. Yeah, as I say, I think this Hermit card here, you've got to that sort of plateau where you've got those dreams and aspirations, you've got to a certain level, and now it's sort of, through that understanding of the past, you're now starting to open the doors to a whole new passionate level within your life. You know, something's coming in here which is going to bring in a lot more rhythm into your life. You might have been doing a job where it seemed to be very repetitive, and as things change around you, all of a sudden it opens up new aspects to your connection with the people that you work with, or even the job may even sort of change in a certain way, which help you to sort of like invoke those passions within you. Same thing with a business. It's like a business, like you've been putting in place a certain business or an aspect of your business, and now it's there. It's part of the routine in a way. and now it's part of the routine. You can trust that routine and you can enjoy yourself going forward. We get the 7 of Cups over this side here with the 6 of Wands. I think it's evident path. I think you're following your creative, your very, and when I say creative, I mean in a way that in your career path and your business, and the way you have ambition for what you're doing, the way you have passion for what you're doing. And I think it's a case that you're gonna get victory out of this when you follow your evident path. And you've got the 7 of Cups on the other side. I think the both sides of your guides here, on your material side as much as on your relationship side, are saying to you, put one foot in front of the other and follow your evident path, basically. With the 8 of Swords, you get the Lovers card. I think this comes in, that ties in with that, and with that 3 of Cups as well. And I think it's evident that you're going to be heading forward into a new period of your life where you're going to engage and fall in love with what you do and how you do things, and you know, through your business, through your job, or through your projects. And it's bringing you into alignment where it's now time to get on and start doing. There you go, Taurus. Don't forget, I do have the special coming out on Monday and Tuesday, according to this new wave that's coming through at the end of the weekend, which is around about the sort of 15th, 16th period, 15th, 16th, 17th period, which I feel is coming through. And I think this is what is going to change this situation. And I think this is what we're talking about when we talk about the 10 of Swords, the Hermit card, the Tower, the 9 of Wands, all of this sort of scenario here that's coming from the past. It's going to wash away a lot of things, and it'd be good to get an insight, because I saw this in the monthly readings that in week 3 and 4, so we're talking from the 14th to the 21st period, and I think it really does come in on the 16th, 17th, around that period there was a big change in everybody. And you're getting ready for this big change, and positioning yourself. Not everything or everyone can be saved. Understand that. And it's important for you to follow your evident path. So, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for subscribing, clicking that bell, and all of those sort of things. I really do appreciate it. I will see you next week. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.